What's up, family? Y'all about to get multitasking Patty today. I got meatloaf on my shirt. I have had a sick dog for a week. My workouts have been all over the place. I barely got 3 in last week, which is not like me. And I really want to change my workout in addition to so much work that's happening at my current job. But I really wanted to take some time to discuss some things that are really important, and I need a manicure. So while I am copy and pasting something, I promise I will not be with you long. So I haven't posted any workout videos because, like I said, my workouts have been trash this last week, especially with a sick dog. But I wanted to get on here really quick and just one of the things that I just to discuss that might hopefully that be helpful for you. If not, take with it as you may. One thing that I have noticed recently is, how important it is to heal from your past, so it will not follow you in everything that you do. And I say that because if you don't heal from those things that has hurt you in the past, it literally will find ways into your life and you're just thinking that it's normal. And in most cases, it's not. For example, when we get stressed out or when we're tired or whatever the case may be, I'll give you one example, perfect example. Last night, I'd be lying to you if I didn't have a really good cry yesterday. Had a cry this morning because, there's certain events that have happened in my life that has left me in a unique place in life, which I'm embracing, but I found myself not fully embracing it like I should. And those tears came because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, and just really feeling bad that I've tried to step into my own way and outside of God's way, and that's never good. So henceforth the cry. And in that cry, I felt bad because I found myself trying to cover up, when I said past hurt, with potentially, getting into something new as far as relationship is concerned. And because I've had so much of my past impact me in a negative way when it comes to relationships, I was finding my expectations are either way were too high. Okay, so I say this: heal from your hurt, because those things that hurt you can sometimes set unrealistic expectations for the next person or the next thing. And what I mean by that is that sometimes we set our walls so high that nobody can ever obtain them. Nobody. You won't let anybody obtain them. I was watching a sermon where a young lady was saying that some of us still have a stony heart. Like nothing can get inside that heart. You know what I'm saying? And, I firmly believe once you let God into your heart, that still leaves room for good people, good, godly sent people to get into your heart. But you have to eliminate that stony heart. And the first way to eliminate that stony heart is to heal from your past hurts, your past traumas. Just give it all to God. Just give it all to God. And I think that could be one reason for a lot of people's depression, is that because we're so focused on the past, we cannot move forward. And that's essentially what depression is. Now, by all means, I'm not saying that depression is, one of those things where, you get over it. No, I've had it before. Okay. One of the ways that I can always tell depression is near or looming is the amount of how chaotic my house is, or how chaotic my finances are. That's when I usually can know where depression is looking at my face. But it's just so important for you to press forward to the mark, and trust that God has a way for you that is in an intended future that is to protect you and to not harm you. But its purpose is for you to not only learn for your next experience, but for you to minister the gospel to somebody that might be in the same situation you are in. And so, having said that, for me, I think I'm going to put dating on a hold, only because I really want to work on the heart condition. Last May, I wrote a book. And just because I wrote a book, that does not mean that healing stops, right? Healing is very linear and healing is very continuous. It's just all about how you cope, okay? How you cope, where do you find your rest, who do you depend on your source? Most of us, I did a video on food. Some of us look for food for emotional support and not realizing that food is energy. It's not meant to comfort. Food is strictly designed to be an energy source. It's not designed to comfort. But because our practice of healing has just gotten all over the place and gotten out of whack, we turn to food for comfort because for most of us it's easily accessible. Or when we get it, we get 100% of it leaps and bounds. And that's the reason why it's okay to just do a mental health check on yourself. You know what I'm saying? So shoot, if anybody calls me and I don't answer the phone, it's not you. I just need a minute. You know what I'm saying? A text message here and there is cool, right? But, some of us really struggle with anxiety and overthinking, right? We overthink, what all the probable causes are, where you should take things day by day. God's mercies are new every morning. You know what I'm saying? Mercies, meaning the dumb stuff that you did yesterday, the stuff you ain't had no business doing yesterday, because God woke you up. It's another opportunity to get it right. Okay. And so we just always have to just get in the mindset to always ask God for forgiveness, always repenting, because listen, 98% of us are always doing something we ain't got no business doing. And so, it's just so important to, I don't know, like I think about the old school gospel songs where usually they use phrases as just live right. I'm heaven minded. I'm on my way to see Jesus. I mean, that's kind of how we got to go back to, you know what I'm saying? Just taking it back old school. But, in being heaven minded, I did say to myself, I'd be the first one to admit I have been lazy, been reading my Bible straight from the bed. Nope, gonna get up and we're gonna put this Bible right here and we're gonna devote to, a conscious Bible study in the morning. That's it. That's just it. Like I said, been lazy, been reading it from bed. Nope, need to get up. Okay, need to get up. Just having, regular quiet time to listen to God and meditate on His Word, because it says to do that day and night. And just been so busy with everything. Yeah, it can be hard to do, but you need to realign your focus. And I say that as I remind myself, just realign your focus, because you don't want to bleed on the people that did not cut you. Don't want to bleed on the people that did not cut you. It's just so important. And we have to be very mindful when we are kind of all over the place with certain things, our diet, our housekeeping, our jobs, our schedules, our planning. We have to be mindful of that. Because sometimes even when that seems array, it's nothing wrong with just taking a step back and saying, I can't really do this right now. No is a complete sentence. I'm bad at that too. I sometimes be like, no, and gotta give an explanation. No is a complete sentence. You don't owe anybody an explanation unless they ask you, well, what's going on? Well, why? And even then, if they ask you why, you want to think about what is making this person ask me why. Just saying. Because no is a complete sentence. It sure is. And like I said, we might think it's rude, but it is. And it doesn't have to be, no, I'm not doing it. It could be, well, I'm not available at this time. I'm not able to do it. Or I would love to do it, but timing is not there, so I'm not able to do that. Or it could be, well, I'm just not prepared for that at the moment, but I'll catch back up with you later. It could be phrased just like that. Or sometimes some people just need to hear no. So, like I said, I just wanted to get on here and to encourage people to do a mental health check-in. We're always going to be doing that for the rest of our lives. Always going to, focus on just kind of checking in with yourself. For me, it's just as I'm getting ready to end the school year. School ends in about 5 weeks. So it's just making sure I'm prepared in the best way possible for a couple of transitions, going into my 4th year into this location, transitioning as a professor that has her doctorate now. That's pretty cool. And just, if my mom was still here, she would tell me, Pat, I really want you to live your life. And that's what I really want to do. I'm going to focus on really living. And, people joke about not able to take themselves out on dates. And I used to do that. I just been so tied up with everything. I just haven't. And so just really wanting to just take myself out. And, granted, we talk about self-care for your nails and your feet and all this other stuff. I don't think that's self-care. I think that's maintenance. You do need to take care of yourself. And if that includes getting nails every now and again, do it, hair, whatever, facials, that's maintenance. You know what I'm saying? Just like get up, washing your butt is maintenance. So, but I feel like maybe when we're talking about self-care, like if you want to buy a house and maybe you want to redo your finances, I think that's self-care. If you want to really, I think addressing mental health concerns, I think that's maintenance. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with telling yourself that you need to go, take a solo trip away, or, maybe get involved in some philanthropy, good grief. Maybe turning the TV off and reading, a book. It could be a number of things. So, just think about things that are self-care that kind of take care of your soul, the seat of your emotions. Okay. Because you don't want your emotions to take over, because sometimes our emotions will take over. And one way you can know that your emotions be taken over is how we handle everything else: the shopping, the eating, the binge watching on TV, the procrastination, the laziness, that type of thing. And that'll kind of tell us something, thankfully for me, I've done enough coping to feel like, something's not 100% right here. I need to step back and do better. I kind of hit a little bit of a plateau, but I'm about to bust right through that plateau. So I think those are things to just be very mindful of. And I just got on a tangent to tell you that, to encourage you that, in order for you to move forward, you really do have to heal from your past. And that's not saying forget your past. That's saying that has happened. I have learned. I'm going to move forward. And if I feel like if this is anything that is kind of tapping my nerve as a reminder of the past, I'm going to assess what is going on in that, so I can either move forward or withdraw back, retreat back. So yeah, I just wanted to hop on here, be a little bit of a word of encouragement for you. Just know that we're all in this race together. We're going to keep pressing forward. Pray for me as I will pray for you. And yeah, you guys have a good weekend, or whatever's left of it. Peace.